the chains, unleash the fury in this world.
Alright folks, buckle up for an epic that's been awaited about as much as the invention of the toaster, but with more kryptonite and less burnt bread. I'm talking about the new Superman movie. It's almost like a Christmas miracle, except no one asked for it. Ah, Superman. That guy who wears his underwear over his pants and thinks glasses are an infallible disguise. Who would have thought that an alien with super strength would need as many reinventions as string theory? James Gunn, the director, seemed determined to give us an epic film that leaves us with the same thrill as receiving an email from a Nigerian prince. Of course, all that excitement will pay off in the future. Maybe in crypto. But the question is, does James Gunn's Superman really fly higher, shine brighter, and have more charisma than Snyder's Man of Steel? Or is this movie just another brick in the wall of DCU mediocrity? Now, those who've watched it know the premise was promising. A Superman who not only saves kittens from trees, but also fixes the Batcave's central heater. And look, he even smiles. Imagine, a smiling savior. What a revolutionary concept. But hang on, what happened to our dear Kryptonian who doesn't kill? It seems James Gunn momentarily forgot that the superhero isn't exactly a fan of extreme methods or toppling entire buildings to catch a bank robber. Let's talk about the tone. James Gunn, a master of jokes more saturated than cat memes on the internet, gifted us with humor worthy of a 90s romantic comedy. In other words, humor you could predict more easily than an episode of Scooby-Doo. Ah, the superheroes and their ready-made jokes. Because apparently, saving the world isn't dramatic enough without the grace of a gate that never opens, as if it were a metaphor for, well, anything in this script. And what about the action? Are the battle scenes worthy of a graphic novel or as thrilling as watching grass grow? Let's find out before time runs out and the Justice League decides to sue us for defamation. The cherry on top? Lex Luthor is back. And not as the calculating villain worthy of Machiavellian tradition, but as a billionaire annoyed with Amazon for delivery delays. Just imagine, he seems more like a cartoon villain than someone capable of taking on Earth's greatest hero. Of course, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're not talking about Superman's laser eyes. Lois Lane is back, delivering a performance so solid it would make Aristotle clap from the philosophical beyond. But the real question here is, does this Superman adaptation satisfy the comic book fans who grew up with his monthly adventures? Or will they prefer to reread Kingdom Come while waiting for something better? Now, to be fair, the movie gives us a Superman who is indeed a bit more human, more fallible, and maybe even more likable than his grim predecessor. But none of that makes sense if he can't really fly out of the shadow of the Avengers movies. If you liked the video, don't forget to comment, "Feynman abducted me," below. If you didn't, just pretend you're reading a list of failed clones of Socrates and Elon Musk. Yes, whatever that means. See you next week for another analysis that challenges the laws of quantum physics and historical common sense. Thanks for watching and see you in the next Nerdy Collapse.